Yakutia in northeastern Siberia holds the record as the coldest inhabited region on the planet. In winter, average temperatures often remain below -40 degrees Celsius, with extremes reaching -65 or lower. At these levels, exposed skin can freeze in less than a minute, and even metal becomes brittle. This extreme cold is the result of a unique combination of factors. Its location deep within the Eurasian landmass, far from moderating ocean currents. Its high latitude, which brings minimal sunlight during winter. And its vast expanses of permafrost, which trap and radiate cold. The air here is so dry and frigid that moisture freezes instantly, forming ice crystals with every breath. Snow is light and powdery, but it can accumulate in deep drifts that reshape the landscape for months on end. In such conditions, survival depends on remarkable adaptations. Animals here have evolved dense, layered coats, specialized behaviors, and seasonal changes in diet to conserve energy. Every heartbeat, every movement is calculated, a delicate balance between finding food and conserving the strength to endure. This is life at the very edge of what Earth can sustain, where the frozen air itself becomes a silent witness to the resilience of nature. Spanning millions of square kilometers, the Yakutian taiga is the largest continuous forest on Earth. In winter, it becomes a frozen ocean of pine and larch, each branch heavy with rime ice. Temperatures well below -50 degrees Celsius lock the land in silence, interrupted only by the sound of wind moving through the trees. Cutting through this vast wilderness is the Lena River, one of the longest rivers in the world, stretching over 4,400 kilometers. In Yakutia's winter, it freezes solid from surface to bed, forming a highway of ice that has shaped the movement of wildlife for thousands of years. Among the most resilient travelers of this landscape are the reindeer. Their wide splayed hooves act like natural snowshoes, allowing them to cross deep drifts and icy rivers in search of food. Beneath the snow, they dig for lichen, a hardy plant that survives in the thin daylight and extreme cold. This delicate balance of forest, river, and wildlife is more than just scenery. It is a finely tuned system. Each species, from the smallest moss to the great reindeer herds, plays a role in sustaining life in one of the harshest environments on Earth. In Yakutia, winter reigns for more than half the year. For 7 long months, the land lies under a blanket of snow, with daylight often reduced to a muted glow. The air is so cold that moisture crystallizes instantly, and storms can sweep across the tundra without warning, erasing the horizon in a haze of white. During the dark polar nights, the aurora borealis appears like a ghostly river of light, its green and violet waves drifting silently across the sky. This rare illumination not only paints the frozen landscape in surreal colors, but also marks the changing magnetic activity above the Arctic Circle. For the Arctic fox, this season is both challenge and opportunity. Its dense winter coat turns pure white, rendering it nearly invisible against the snow. With acute hearing, it can detect the faintest movement beneath the surface, then leap with precision to capture hidden prey. Every hunt is a calculated risk, for energy must be preserved to survive the unrelenting cold. In these months, life moves slowly. Each heartbeat and every step is measured against the demands of the season. This is a time when survival depends not on speed, but on patience and on the finely tuned adaptations that have evolved over countless generations. The Yakutian horse is one of the hardiest large mammals on Earth, uniquely adapted to endure Yakutia's unforgiving winters. With a dense winter coat that can reach up to 15 centimeters in length, it survives temperatures as low as -70 degrees Celsius without shelter. The thick underlayer traps warm air close to the skin, while the coarse outer hairs shed snow and frost. Unlike many grazing animals, Yakutian horses can locate food buried beneath a meter of snow. Using their strong, sharp hooves, they scrape through the frozen crust to reach the tough grasses and lichens that sustain them. This behavior is not learned, it is instinct, refined over centuries of survival in extreme cold. Their stocky build, short legs, and compact bodies help conserve heat, while a slow metabolism reduces the need for large quantities of food during the long, lean months of winter. These traits have been shaped by generations living in isolation within one of the harshest climates on Earth. The Yakutian horse is more than just a grazer. It is a living record of adaptation, a testament to the resilience of life where the cold is not just a challenge, but a constant companion. The Siberian wolf is one of the most formidable predators in the Arctic and subarctic wilderness. In Yakutia, it roams across vast territories, from dense frost-coated taiga to open tundra plains, adapted to survive in temperatures as low as -60 degrees Celsius. Its thick, double-layered coat traps warmth close to the body, while the outer guard hairs repel snow and ice. Hunting in winter demands precision and cooperation. These wolves often travel in packs, covering up to 50 kilometers in a single day to locate prey. Their primary targets are large ungulates such as reindeer, whose seasonal migrations bring them through wolf territories. Working as a coordinated unit, the pack uses stealth to approach within striking distance before initiating the chase. The Siberian wolf's endurance is unmatched, capable of maintaining a steady pace for hours, conserving energy until the perfect moment to strike. Acute senses of smell and hearing allow them to detect prey hidden by deep snow or obscured by the winter wind. In the balance of Yakutia's ecosystem, the wolf plays a vital role as a regulator of prey populations, ensuring that herds remain healthy and preventing overgrazing of fragile winter vegetation. In the silent white expanse, it is both hunter and guardian, a shadow moving across the frozen land. The Lena River is one of the great waterways of Siberia, stretching more than 4,400 kilometers from its source in the Baikal Mountains to the Arctic Ocean. In Yakutia's winter, this vast river becomes a solid highway of ice, frozen from bank to bank for months on end. Beneath the surface lies a complex ecosystem. Even under thick ice, pockets of liquid water remain, sustaining fish and other aquatic life that have adapted to near-freezing conditions. These waters provide a crucial food source for birds and mammals that endure the winter here. The frozen Lena also shapes the movement of land animals. Reindeer herds cross its wide expanse during seasonal migrations, using the solid ice as a safe passage between grazing grounds. Wolves follow in their tracks, maintaining the predator-prey balance along the river's course. The ice itself is a dynamic structure. Pressure ridges form where sheets collide, and deep cracks reveal the brilliant blue layers below. In rare moments of calm, the frozen surface becomes a mirror, reflecting the glow of the aurora borealis. In the heart of Yakutia, the Lena is more than just a river. It is a lifeline, a frozen artery connecting ecosystems, guiding migrations, and sustaining life in the depths of winter. The Arctic fox is a master of winter survival, perfectly adapted to the frozen landscapes of Yakutia. In the depths of winter, its coat turns a pristine white, providing near-perfect camouflage against predators and prey alike. This seasonal transformation is driven by changes in daylight and temperature, a result of evolutionary fine-tuning over thousands of years. Its fur is among the warmest in the animal kingdom, with a dense underlayer and long guard hairs that trap heat and repel snow. Beneath the snow, the fox hunts for small mammals such as lemmings, guided by an acute sense of hearing, capable of detecting movement under thick drifts. When it pinpoints its target, it executes a high, precise leap, diving headfirst to capture its prey in a single strike. The Arctic fox's compact body shape, short muzzle, and fur-covered paws reduce heat loss, while a thick tail acts as both a blanket and a balance aid. It can survive for days without food, slowing its metabolism to conserve energy during times of scarcity. In Yakutia's long winter, the Arctic fox roams tirelessly across tundra, riverbanks, and taiga edges, a silent presence in a silent world. To see it is to glimpse a creature sculpted entirely by the demands of the cold, a phantom that thrives where life is most fragile. On the coldest nights in Yakutia, the darkness above the taiga comes alive with the aurora borealis, ribbons of green, violet, and gold flowing silently across the sky. This phenomenon is born far above the Earth, where charged particles from the solar wind collide with atoms in the upper atmosphere, releasing bursts of light. In winter, the long nights and clear Arctic air create ideal conditions for this natural spectacle. The aurora's shifting colors bathe the frozen landscape in an otherworldly glow, reflecting off snowdrifts, frozen rivers, and ice-laden trees. Every movement of light seems to breathe life into the silent forest below. For the wildlife of Yakutia, the aurora is simply part of the night, a constant backdrop to their lives. Snowy owls hunt beneath its glow, their wings casting fleeting shadows on the snow. Reindeer graze under skies painted with shifting light, indifferent to the cosmic drama above. While the aurora borealis is a source of wonder for human eyes, here in the taiga, it is also a reminder of connection, linking the frozen ground to the restless sun, and tying this remote wilderness to the rhythms of the universe. Beneath Yakutia's frozen surface lies a hidden world, shielded from the harshest winds and the full force of the cold. This subnivean zone, the space between the ground and the bottom of the snowpack, acts as an insulating blanket, trapping warmth and allowing life to persist even when the air above falls below -60 degrees Celsius. Here, small mammals such as lemmings and voles carve intricate tunnel networks, connecting feeding areas to nests lined with dry grass. These pathways provide both shelter from predators and a stable environment where temperatures remain far less extreme than on the surface. Insects and spiders enter a state of dormancy, clinging to frozen stems or hiding within moss and lichen. Some survive by producing natural antifreeze compounds in their bodies, preventing ice crystals from forming inside their cells. Predators like the weasel slip silently through these tunnels, hunting the creatures that depend on this hidden refuge. Even in winter's grip, this under-snow ecosystem sustains the base of the food chain, storing the energy that will fuel the great burst of life when spring arrives. It is a world unseen, but vital, a reminder that survival in Yakutia often happens where the eye cannot see, in the warmth and safety just beneath the snow. Beneath Yakutia lies a vast frozen archive, the permafrost. This layer of soil, sediment, and ice has remained frozen for thousands, in some places tens of thousands of years. In the coldest regions, it can extend hundreds of meters deep, locking away not only water, but also the biological and geological history of the land. Each exposed cliff along a riverbank reveals a cross-section of time. Ancient roots, seeds, and moss appear as if frozen only yesterday, preserved in perfect detail. Within these icy walls, scientists have uncovered the remains of extinct animals, including woolly mammoths, woolly rhinoceroses, and prehistoric horses. These discoveries offer a rare glimpse into Ice Age ecosystems and the creatures that once roamed this land. The permafrost also plays a crucial role in shaping Yakutia's landscape. Its stability supports the ground above, but when warming causes it to thaw, the land can collapse into depressions called thermokarst, transforming entire valleys. Beyond its scientific treasures, the permafrost acts as one of the planet's largest carbon stores, holding immense quantities of organic matter frozen for millennia. In Yakutia, this frozen vault is both a record of Earth's past and a key to understanding its future, a reminder of how deeply climate and life are intertwined in the coldest corners of the world. In Yakutia, spring is not a gradual awakening, but a sudden transformation. After months of deep freeze, the sun climbs higher in the sky, and the ice begins to yield. Snow retreats from the plains, revealing the first patches of moss, grass, and lichen. Along the Lena River, pressure builds until the ice fractures and shifts, releasing meltwater that rushes north toward the Arctic Ocean. Migratory birds return in great numbers, their calls filling the once silent skies. Geese, ducks, and swans settle on newly thawed pools, feeding and resting before continuing their journeys. On the ground, reindeer graze eagerly on the fresh green shoots, replenishing their strength after a long winter. Insects reappear almost instantly, emerging from dormancy to take advantage of the fleeting abundance. Early wildflowers bloom in bright contrast against lingering snow, offering nectar to bees and other pollinators. This season is short, often lasting only a few weeks before summer's brief warmth gives way to autumn chills. Yet in this narrow window, life surges forward with urgency, as if every creature knows that winter is already on the horizon. In Yakutia, spring is not just a change in season, it is a race against time. In Yakutia, survival is an art perfected over millennia. Every creature, every frozen river, every wind-carved tree stands as proof that life can endure where few would dare to exist. Here, the cold is not an enemy. It is the force that shapes resilience, sharpens instinct, and defines beauty. This is nature's triumph over the coldest land on Earth.